Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting time.
Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. We are live. Hopefully you can hear me. Is mine muted? Mine is muted. Hello, everybody. Good morning. I was gonna be like, good morning. Well, I can't say Vietnam, so I guess YouTube. Good morning, YouTube. What do you think of Robin Williams? Hello, hello, crafty friends. Good morning. Donna, Gloria, Jamie, Sue. Donna, Gloria, Jamie, Sue. Vega. Hello, everybody. Today's a special Saturday, too, because not only, well, we'll see that in a second. Donna Lee, I'm reading on yours. Do you clean up? Donna Lee said, the craft room cleaning is never done. Do you clean up as you go, or do you clean up after the project is finished? That's a really good question. I will say, for me anyway, it differs. I usually clean up afterwards, especially if I'm using the Venture and I'm using the bar. I just stack my stuff there and then I go put it away. But if I'm sitting at my desk, sometimes I put it away as I go. But usually I just wait till I'm done and then clean it up then. And then sometimes not either. But sometimes not either. Sometimes it gets stuck in a stack. Hi, Judy B. Welcome, guys. I don't know what your weather is like, but it's going to be hot here today. It's supposed to be 95. 95. So the goal is to not go outside and to not turn the oven on to cook today. Like, we can cook on top of the oven, but we are not turning it on. Hello, Kimberly. Welcome, guys. Yeah, there's always a mess afterwards. I know some people are very tidy, and as they go, they put everything away. I usually have my stack of stuff I'm working on, and then I get that done, and then I put it away. But my bar in my basement's really nice because I don't actually use it as a bar anymore. It's like my crafting bar because I have my Venture there. So I have like the long counter, which is great because I have those like 24 by 28 inch mats. So I can just use my bar counter for a crafting counter, and it actually works wonderful. I'm currently practicing that. It's too funny, Natalie. Oh my goodness. Holly, where is Lucy Lou? Is she in the craft room when you okay, so when I am in the craft room, which is in the basement, and it's literally at the bottom of the stairs in the basement, she sits on the stairs and watches me, and then she'll come down under the table too and go by me for a while, but she literally lays on the stairs just staring at me the entire time. And then when I come upstairs, she's so excited. You would think I left the house, and I'm like just sitting there working, but she's so excited as if I've left her for hours. She's always like, as I'm on the stairs, I'm like, you're gonna knock me down the stairs, Lucy. Like, let me finish coming up the stairs. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's gonna be hot today. So, all right, let's go ahead. So, in Design Space, I am going to design. Now, I've done an accordion card before, but this one's a little different because it's gonna cut out and the accordion's gonna go through the card, if that makes sense. I think it'll make sense once I design it and show it, but it's just a difference to the accordion style. So, all right, let's go ahead and go into Design Space. And look what we have. It is somebody very special's birthday today. If you read the chat, you may already know, but today is Jamie's birthday. So happy birthday, Jamie. Oh my gosh, everything you make with your panda, Jamie, is adorable. There's nothing not cute. I know me and Deborah talk about this all the time, but like, man, that panda is just, ooh, he's kind of got extra toes now that I look at him. But he is so cute. So cute. You're so welcome, Jamie. So very welcome. I hope you have a great birthday. I read above that you said your son is cooking you spaghetti from scratch, and he does not cook. That is amazing. I want to know how this goes. You have to let us know. Good morning, Irma. So stinking cute. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm gonna move this down. I just love your panda so much. All right, so first I want to go ahead and go to shapes. We're gonna go ahead and create the bases of this, but for a number of reasons, I used AI to help too, because it's gonna do the math for me instead of having to figure it all out. So, oh, actually, let me move this. It's funny, I use the same box forever to put my computer on for this, and then I go and my hubby got rid of my box, and I'm like, no, that is the box I've had for months that I keep. Well, luckily we went to Costco yesterday, so we have another one. Hi, Lisa, welcome. All right, and if you missed it, it's Jamie's birthday. All right, so first we're gonna go to shapes. We're gonna go ahead and grab the square here. Alex probably won't be in today because he picked up his dad yesterday, so he's spending time with his dad in Florida. All right, for the first part, actually, let me change the background. I just like to do that. So we'll go ahead and hit here to change our background color. And we can go ahead and choose right here what color we want. I just think blue is easy on the eyes. Okay, so for our piece here, I'm going to make this 11.5. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock my square here. That way it doesn't have to stay a square. And I'm going to do 11.5 inches wide by 5.5 high. I'm going to go ahead and turn this white. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this all the way at my 0, 0 axes, which you can either do it by moving here, or you can do it by hitting more here and going and put it on your X and Y position, which is, it's at 0, 0 here. So next I'm going to add some score lines. So again, we're going to go to shapes. And I want to make this the same height. So that was 5.5. What was this? Did I make that 25.5? I did. I was like, that is way bigger than I need. 5.5. And then to place this, which if you see here, there is a little thing with grabbing. Right now they are working on it in Design Space. But there can be issues grabbing. I did grab it there. You will be able to grab it. You just kind of have to play around with it. I find I have better luck grabbing it towards the bottom. But you can also move it without technically grabbing it if you need to. So you can just go ahead and click on here over on the right to grab your line, and then go ahead back to that XY point. And the Y, I'm going to want it at 0. Oops. 0. And then for my X, I'm going to go 3.83. Now, where did I figure that out? I figured that out in AI. I mean, you could do the math of it, because what we are is we're taking this piece and we're going to divide it into 3 equal sections. So that is something you can do, but it's just easy to me. I'll show you when I go to do another score line. Oop, I changed the length of that score line too. So I'm going to go up, it changed a little when I tried grabbing it, so I'm going to go back and throw it to 5.5 inches. Click there. There we go. 3.83. So that one's right. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that. And then this one I'm going to put at, again, it's going to be at 0. But we're going to put this one over at 7.67. There we go. Then we have 3 same size pieces there. So then we can just go ahead and attach those. So go ahead and go up and attach, which I will probably detach later because I am going to go ahead and slice through that still. But that is our first piece there. Hi, Peggy. Welcome. Yeah, I'm gonna cut 2 actually. I'm gonna cut the arches out. So let's go ahead. First I'm gonna detach this, and I'm just gonna do that part now. We are going to, what we're gonna do is these, now there's gonna be another piece that attaches here to this. Oh yeah. And but we are gonna cut arches out of these 2. That is how the accordion thing is gonna go through the 2 panels. All right, let's go to shapes here and go ahead and grab an arch. I'm gonna rotate it, but if I hold shift when I rotate it, oops, just trying to grab the wrong. Bring this down. If you hold shift when you rotate it, it will do it in increments too. So it'll stop exactly at 180 where you don't have to try to fidget. And I know when I just turn it manually, you can like be off by like 0.1, 0.2, but when you hold shift and rotate it, it will rotate around in those increments. All right, so we want to get an arch here. All right, I think we'll do an arch about that. And then we're gonna place it in the center here. Which this is 3 panels, so I can go ahead, hit shift, grab this and hit align center. And then it'll go ahead and place it right in the middle there. Then I can go ahead and grab this. I'm gonna duplicate it because we're gonna put this over here. Now I do wanna make sure these are like the same height and everything, so I'm gonna look at my XY on my arch here, which it is at 5.069. So then I can go ahead and take this one and put this one at 5.069 too. That way they are the same height. Ooh. Alrighty. And then we can go ahead, did I detach this? I did detach that. So I can go ahead and take this one here, select that, hit shift, and we're gonna go ahead and slice this through. Actually, I could have hit subtract. Let me go back. Hit this and this. It'll save you a step if you hit combine and hit subtract, because it's taking over the overlapping pieces right there. Now I'm gonna send this to the back real quick, because I just wanted to make sure I have this evenly between these score lines. I think that's good there. All right, so we'll go ahead and click that and the base piece, and then again, just hit subtract. That saves you a couple clicks there when you do that. You can slice and then just delete the pieces you need, but I love subtract. That saves you all those clicks. Okay, we have our first piece there. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have, now this piece is 11.5 inches. This next piece I'm doing, which you could, if you had 12 by 24 cardstock, you wouldn't necessarily have to put this other piece on. You could just make it longer. But this is designed because there's so many people that just have up to 12-inch cardstock. So for the second piece, we're gonna go to shapes, grab a square again. Jamie, I hope it's not 95 where you are today. Like, cooking in the house is hot when it's that hot. And the second piece, I need 5.5 inches height also. But I just need 4.3 inches wide. Oh, but let me unlock that so we can actually make a rectangle. There we go. We're gonna bring this up. We zoom out a little. And then for this, I'm going to turn it white also. And as you can see, this piece here, it's going to be equal to this piece of the panel, but we have a tab on here that we're going to go ahead and move over. So for this, I'm going to move it back over to the 0 axes. Axes? Axis? It's probably axis, huh? When I say it, I'm like, axes? That does not sound right. Oh, good, Jamie. I'm glad it cooled off for your birthday at least. I know, it's actually finally feeling like summer here. I can't wait, because that means Lake Michigan's finally going to heat up. Because it has been colder than normal, and the water is freezing. Oh, where's that line? You just have to... Nope, moving this out. Oh, I didn't put those in place. Alright, but I did grab this. Let me move this back. I did not attach those. So I'm going to go ahead. Ooh, I don't want to grab all that. I just want to grab these and then go ahead and attach my lines. These and then go ahead and attach my lines. Okay, so I have my score line here, and I know I want that 0.45 over. So I'm going to go to those axes again and do 0.45. And I think I made it a little shorter than it was. There we go. So then I can go ahead and drag that on there and hit attach. Good. Glad to see you. Okay, so now this piece here is going to attach to this part of the card for the accordion. Now we're going to go make the accordion sections for the inside. So, I should just start duplicating the squares from the beginning when I know how many I need. And this piece I want, gonna unlock it, I want it 8.5 by 3.3. And I have no idea what color I'm gonna, this is gonna be a wedding card. I'm gonna do a wedding one. And I have no idea what color I'm gonna do. I'm gonna definitely put some pattern cardstock with it. Some probably pretty floral for the matting and stuff. But I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. So, 8.5 by 3.3. And then I wanna score this in 3 equal sections, which I asked AI because it's super easy at the math thing. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the score lines again. And it helps if you go just a little bit. If you see when I'm here, I can't grab it, but if I go a little bit to the right, hopefully, yay, it's letting me grab it. And then I'm just going to make this the same height as my card, which is 3.3. Good morning, Larry. Larry. I put Lori and Barry together and said Larry. Good morning, Lori. All right, so we have that piece there. I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate that real quick because I need another one. And that one I'm going to put at 2.83. Sorry, I'm buffering a little bit. Hopefully that does not keep going on. All right, so go to our axes here. We moved it over to 0, so I need 2.83. And then the second line here, yay, let me grab it. I'm going to put it 5.67. Oops, don't change that. I just need the x-axis changed. But you can do old school math and be like, to divide it into 3 sections. You could take the number, divide it by, but it's so much easier when you just say, hey, this is the size and where do I score it? So we're gonna go ahead and attach. So I'm just gonna duplicate one of these lines because I'm gonna need another one for the next section. No. just want to move it. I just want to move it. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide this right now with this little glitch going on. I'm gonna go ahead, attach these, bring my mouse over all of them, hit attach, and then I'm gonna bring that line back so I can now grab it without moving my score lines on that. So now this next piece, there's two different ways you can do. You could take and duplicate this piece here, and then what I need is a tab on the end though. So you could duplicate, show you both ways here. You could just duplicate this, and then I'm gonna move this down here. Thank you, Peggy. Thanks so much. I'm more comfortable now too. So I'm still nervous every time, but like it's not like the beginning. Oh, it was so scary. Okay, so you can duplicate this piece, grab a shape. We're gonna have to add another little piece onto it so we can make this piece the same height, which was 3.3. But the width I only need 0.45 because I'm gonna add a tab on the side that's 0.45. So you can do this. You're gonna get those lined up. You can go ahead, select both, and then align. Let's say align the top here. That way they're next to each other. What did I do with my line? I'm gonna duplicate that. And then what I like to do here, ooh, I just flipped upside down. 3.3. Yay. What I do like to do here, if I do this where I'm gonna go ahead and weld this piece to it, I'm never sure, well, I guess I could just go yeah, that's actually easy too. Just go ahead, bring it over to 0, and then at 0.45 I'm gonna score it. Or you can I like to place the score line here before I weld it, and then I know exactly where my score line is because it's gonna go right where those pieces come together. So then you can select this and this. Ooh, I'm gonna have to show that. Now I hit unite, but see the score lines disappeared. So before you do that, you do want to detach. Then you can go ahead, take this piece, and you can unite or weld. Then send this to the back. Then grab your mouse and hit attach. So you can do it that way to make the second piece, but I think it's easier if we just kind of let AI help us with the math. And we're gonna go ahead, grab a square. That is not shapes. We're gonna grab another square. There's always usually, well, not always, but lots of times there's more than one way to get to the same, what's the word I'm looking for? Not destination. The same result, basically. So there's, you can go, I always, like my hubby, I always say, well, you can go over and up or up and over. There's more than one. So I want this piece 0.45 longer, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. Ooh, no. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what I asked here to get these numbers. So funny. I had this up and then I had to do an email real quick, so sorry about that. But this is what I asked. So this is ChatGPT, which I've shown this before, which you can ask this to do anything for you basically. But it's a math wizard. You don't need a calculator at all. So, oh, thank you, Kimberly. Yes, I need to save. So what I asked, in ChatGPT, you can make a free account, and it learns you and knows you as you go. But, so I asked, can you tell me where to score a piece of cardstock that I want 8.95 inches long? Because my piece was 8.5, but I do need it 0.45 longer. So that's why I put that in. And then I said, I want the first score line at 0.45, then I want the rest of the piece divided into 3 equal sections. Where do I score? So it's telling me exactly, this is how long your cardstock is, This is, you're going to do your first score line here, and then it breaks it all down into math, in case you want to see the math. I feel like it proves itself, like this is how we got here. So what it did is take that 8.5, divided it by 3, so then each score line would basically be 2.833 inches apart, but it tells you right here exactly where to put your score lines. So you're going to score at 0.45, 3.283, and 6.116. Isn't that so great to be able to have this to do that for us, though? I feel like that's wonderful, and it does the math. And some people, math is not the strong suit, and they want to craft. They don't want to, do calculations in their head. So we're going to go ahead, go to this. Let's make this white. Size-wise, we are going to make it the 3.3 high. And then 8.95 wide. And now we have that. I'm just going to go to my axes. We are at 0. I'm going to grab this line. I'm going to duplicate it a few more times. Where did my lines? Oh, there they are. So I'm going to go ahead, grab. Where did it go? Okay, I'm gonna send this to the back. There we go. So this score line here, if I can grab it, if not, I can just grab it from over here. This score line here, I'm gonna go ahead and move, and I'm gonna put this at the 0.45. Has anybody been using AI for to help with designing, like with the math and stuff? Lots of times I can see a design and I'll be like, oh, that's divided into like 3 equal, you can kind of get a basis of like, oh, those look like equal sections. That does, you don't know exactly like the where to score and stuff, but it can just help you with that. All right, and then this line here, I'm gonna move up, which I could just go ahead and grab put it on the X and Y axes. I don't know. I feel like when I say it how I think it goes, it sounds like I'm saying it wrong. So we'll go ahead and go over here, and then it told me, let's look back. Our second one, we're going to score at 3.283. So that is the number we'll just put right here. And then we have one more. This one here, and then this one is going to go to, look back real quick, 6.116. There we go. Line is just a tiny bit long, so I'm just going to pull it up a little bit. That one's good. All right, now we have all of those in place. We're going to go ahead and drag our mouse and hit attach. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. We appreciate that. We appreciate it. All right, so now we have our piece. This was just a bonus. And then, oh, I never did attach those all the way. All right, so we have our 2 pieces here. Now this accordion, so as this is going to attach to this, and this accordion is going to go through the 2 arches. This is going to go in this one and then come out that one. So we are going to attach these 2 pieces together. But I do want to mat the project, so we're going to go ahead on each piece, just hit offset. And then to inset it, we're going to drag it to the left till you get whatever size you want. Which, I'm really watching these arches to see how thick, because as you see, it gets wonky if you get too far out. And I do want to go ahead and switch it from rounded corners. As you can see with the big lines, it's not rounded, but when you get into the arch right here, it is rounded. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. I'm just trying to see where I want it. I want right in between those two. There, 1.39. That looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. And I do not know what color we're going to make it. I have no idea what color I'm doing all this yet. We'll just choose purple for now. And then we're going to go ahead on each piece, hit offset and do the same. But what's perfect is it saved the spacing and or the numbers, the settings. So all I have to do to each one is hit apply and it'll go ahead and do the same. I love that. That makes it so easy. Now we don't need on this, I don't need this little side piece because that is just to glue. But I can just hit contour and then I can go ahead and unclick that piece. That's so funny, Sue. You know what we just watched? Matt just put on the other day too, Beverly Hills Cop. I hadn't seen that movie in forever. I can't remember. We were watching it too, and there was something I figured out, and it was shocking, and I don't remember what it is now. But, and then the same thing for this piece too. This piece is just to glue, so we're just going to contour out that. And then go ahead and change this one too. All right, so now we have, this is the blank template of the card. So this you can turn this into any theme that you want. You know, you can make it birthday, whatever. I love the arches for weddings too. But this part, it'll probably be patterned paper, so there's not much we're gonna put on this part. This is the part that we're gonna put all the pieces on. Yes. Axis. Yes. See how many times I say it wrong. So funny. But first, I am going to save this. And I had already put it in and saved it. I'm calling this the accordion card with an arch cutout. Right? I don't know. Something about 80s movies are so good to us. We still just appreciate. And they weren't like overdone and there wasn't like so much. They were just good storylines. Like simple. Even like the shows back then. We always talk about that. Okay, so for wedding, let's go ahead and grab some wedding images here. Like a Mr. and a Mrs. We need a couple of some kind, which we might look more at those because there's so many. So many to choose from. That is a really big Mr. and Mrs. Alright, and let's keep looking. Ooh, I love this one to put on because you can personalize it with their initials and it's editable. I want to go ahead and look at this. Yeah, basic cut. I want to see if I turn this to a draw. Yeah, which you can. Or you could print and cut it too. Alright, I like that. Ooh, move that back. Yeah, let's just get some pieces put in place here. Where'd it go? Oh, right here. I'm just gonna, it's not to the front. It is to the front. Every time I think of wedding, I think of couples, and I think of champagne glasses, and I think of bells. What are other things you guys think of for weddings? Oh my gosh, my cousin Vinny. Oh my gosh, that's, my husband quotes things from that, Kimberly, all the time. You know what we just watched the other day, though, Kimberly? I know Kimberly loves this movie, Rat Race. Actually, we were at dinner yesterday, and Matt quoted Rat Race. He's like, oh, they both got mimosas. Alright, let's grab Mr. and Mrs. I think I'll put this small, like, because it wouldn't fill up a thing very good, but it can go under a picture or over a picture or something. Let's see. Divorces? Hold on. Let's see. I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, divorces. What do we say in divorces? Sue's saying when she thinks of weddings, she thinks of divorces. Well, you're not wrong, Sue. I mean, you're not wrong. Oh, bells. We got to do a bells. That is so funny. Ooh, this one's really pretty too. That could be a possibility. I might like that design. I don't know. We have possibilities. That is so funny. That is hilarious, actually. Oh my gosh. Bell. Let's see. Let's keep going. So we have one of those. We have a Mr. and Mrs. Ooh, I like this too. The saying, the next chapter of their story begins. But you could, which I may do, you could just do text too, if you wanted to say, I don't know if I like the next chapter of their story begins. Or maybe, because what do you guys think? Would it be the next chapter of their story, or should you put the next chapter of your story begins? I kind of feel like it should be your. Doves. Oh yeah, white flowers. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, glitter HTV on a card is so great. I know people always think of iron on, like, you know, on different things than cards, but man. And to add, like, glitter to the card, and then, especially with detailed little pieces you don't have to place, iron on is great. I know I used it on cardstock for my mother-in-law's 80th birthday picture poster board thing. Alright, we need glasses, because you have to have champagne glasses. Emma and Patrick. Alright, I'm going to type in champagne glasses here. Oh, the one with the hearts. Now I'm going to do these out of cardstock, so I don't want like super detailed little things we have to, which a lot of these aren't. A lot of them are pretty simple. But like this one I wouldn't necessarily want because of the little tiny swoops in it. Lisa, I thought the same thing, but wasn't. I don't know what divorce rates are these days, but that's so funny. I'm just putting this back in place because it's driving me crazy. Well, actually, I'm gonna have to move this into place. There we go. I need something with the Mr. and Mrs. Some champagne glasses. Which we could offset too. I may offset a couple of these pieces. Now I have Angie here. Let's look for... So it goes every other, so I have this. Okay. Let's go look for... I don't know what to put, like a wedding couple? But I don't want a full wedding couple. I want something kind of like it. I know I had... I'm gonna hit advanced search here because I want something kind of like that. So if I hit advanced search... Yeah, where was that one? It's a heart. Click that one there. It will give me more like it. Oh, that's really cute. This one. Let's add that one. That one's going to be easy to cut too. It don't have little tiny pieces in it because these aren't on the card. These are going to be pretty little. So you do want to think about that when you choose images. All right, bring that down. I wish I knew somebody getting married so I could personalize it. Go ahead, maybe put that there. And then go ahead and resize this. But easily just turn this into any card by just changing whatever images we have on here. Hello, Lucinda in Massachusetts. Thank you for joining us. We are making an accordion card with the arch cutout. So these pieces are going to attach together and they're going to go through the arch and back out again. I think those are cute. I do think I want to offset these two side pieces. I believe. Wowzers. Don't need it that big. And I may end up, I'll probably shrink down the whole image, but that size offset looks good, so I'm going to hit apply. And it did not apply. Let's try it again. There we go. Let's change that to white. Oh, move that back. And group. And then we can go ahead and resize it there if we need to. But I'm going to go ahead and offset these champagne glasses also. If I can find them. There we go. And it's going to keep that same setting, but you won't... I can't. I would like it just a tiny bit. Actually, I'm going to weld that. Because I want it the same thickness as this, but hold on. Let's go ahead and apply this. Why is that doing that? We're going to move this. We're going to do it again. And hit apply. There we go. I don't know why when I had it up there it wasn't. I had to move it down here, but as you see, once I did that, it worked fine. Oh yeah, wedding cake. Wedding cake would be good too. Okay, so we have those, but I want to go ahead and contour. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this here. So we're going to go ahead, take and hit contour because I want to hide those cutouts in the middle. And you can just leave it like that if you want. But I feel like this little piece right here, I just feel like it should not be cut out. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a circle. Make a little, just to cover that gap in there. And then we can bring it over, bring it smaller. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more here for this. Zoomy zoom. Now I just want to click it. Oh my goodness. There we go. That's going to cover that gap. Now I can just take this piece and the white piece, and then you can either unite or weld. I'm just going to go ahead and weld it. Send it to the back. There we go. I just felt like that little gap in there needed to be filled. But the thickness of everything else was great. So that's one way you can go ahead and customize your offset. Because that happens a lot where I'm like, oh, it shows this. I like the thickness around it, but sometimes it like goes in on a letter weird or something. So I'll just take a little piece and like weld it wherever I need to change it. And then go ahead and hit group. Thank you, Gloria. And then go ahead and put that on there. Now these pieces you could do iron on, you could do cardstock. This one here, and I don't know. Let's see. this one. We could do that one, or we could do... And if I was doing this, I would love to know like what wedding colors there were, you know, if it was for actual wedding of somebody I knew. That way I could go ahead and customize it to their wedding colors. I think it'd be a good memento too. Oh yeah, hit save again. Thank you. Oh, I kind of like that one. Oh no. 5/19/23. That wedding already left. But you can, they are customizable when they're blue. So you just go ahead, double click on it. Wait, is this that one? Where is my other? I don't know right now. But we'll show you, double click on there and then you can do whatever. It's not letting me. Click on here. I'm gonna hit detach real quick. Well, it's not. The editable is not editing. Are we seeing this? Hi, Mama Bear. Oh, I know. I don't. Where are you at, Mama Bear? I was saying it's supposed to be 95 here today, so I totally feel that. Get your stuff done early and be in the house the rest of the day. So usually with editable image, you just double click on it and you can go ahead and type whatever you want. Now they did update and there is, as you see in the score glitch, so this may be a glitch right now, but normally you just double click on it and then you can edit the date. Any of those with the blue, those images with the blue text in it is editable. So we're just gonna leave that and pretend they got married, you know, 2 years ago. Oh my goodness. But I think I wanna do this one, print and cut. You could have it draw, but then it's gonna, if we change it to draw, you'll see here what it will do. And it's hard because it's so little. But it does double lines of that, which on that little of a thing, I feel like it's just gonna get, it's too busy and the lines are gonna run into each other. So I think it looks better as print and cut. Look at that, that looks so pretty. And then to go ahead and make sure it does print and cut, we're gonna take that back piece. And then go ahead and attach it to it. Did I click it or did I not click it? I did not click it. That piece and then the purple and then hit flatten. I said attach, but I actually mean flatten. Then that's gonna turn that piece into print and cut. And then we can just send that backward. Hold on, I have a frog in my throat. I need a sip of my pink drink. Got the cutest pink drink glass too. I'll post it on Facebook later, but it's so cute for my pink drink. It's got pink bows. Pink bows make me happy. Okay, yeah, I'll blow that image up, Jamie, and see if we can do it that way. And then the next chapter, where do I have that? Am I missing it? This, where's, oh, it says wedding. Okay, I was looking for something that said something different. It says wedding. This piece I want to go ahead and flatten also. Turn it to print and cut. Now you can go up here, change it from cut to print and cut, or you can just grab it, both your pieces, and hit flatten. And then it's automatically going to turn that part into a print and cut. No, it didn't. It didn't attach it. I must not have selected it. So we'll do that again. And hit. I'm going to drag it and hit flatten. There we go. Now it flattened it to it. So, but on this editable, I'm going to zoom in because it is really little. Let's go ahead. Ooh, no. I have like a frog in my throat. I could not leave. All right, let's try now. It's not. Yeah, it's not letting me. I'll go ahead and I'm going to report that to Cricut. If you get something like this happening too, please let Cricut know, because that's how they know of bugs and how to fix it. So let me show you really quick how to report a bug. Actually, we're going to use this. I'm just going to go ahead and record this really quick because you can upload it too. As you can see, these are editable and we are clicking and it's not letting me edit editable images. I'm just going to go ahead and stop that. I'm going to go ahead and report this to Cricut right now. So before it used to be somewhere different, so let me show you, because it used to be under here, which you can go ahead and hit report issue here, and then you can also go to help here, and then you can also report a bug here. So 2 different ways to get to it, and then just let them know the issue. So add a title. And then we are going to say it is canvas performance, and then just let them know. Edit, it. I'm not trying to it. I'm trying to edit. Did I spell it right? Editable images, and it is not working. And then you can go ahead and attach that file too. So I can just grab that and then submit that to Cricut. But the more, if you see bugs, well, the quicker they find them and people report them, and the more people that report ones, the quicker they're going to get taken care of. So that's important. So if you have any issues, that is how. I know we get asked a lot, how do you report an issue? That is how you do that there. It really could, Sue. Yeah, exactly. I'll save a blank one too in our projects for all of our Patreons. That way there's one that's just a blank template. What happened to my other pictures? What were they? I don't know where they are. I don't remember what they were. This one was the couple, bride and groom. Bring them forward. And then Mr. and Mrs. Bring that to the front. Now this one needs something. This says Mr. and Mrs. So we need something on this couple here, which I would try to find a couple that looks, you know, somewhat like the couple. Not like you can all the time, but you try to find one kind of similar, I feel. But what if we had one that said like always and forever? Forever and always. Something like that. If we could get something that matched like this, that would be perfect. Which I did, I think there is. Forever and always, that's so close. That one's close, but it doesn't have the heart. Oh, this one does. This one's just like it. Thank you, Lisa. Oh my gosh, my voice is like just going on me here, guys. I don't know what's happening. I probably put this one above. You guys know, especially our people that are with us often, they know, like, I have some OCD. I have a symmetrical thing where I like things symmetrical. So it's perfect that I can find these. Nope. Need this. And zoom in on it some so I can go ahead and resize it. Whoa, that's weird. You guys can you see this is doing the opposite of what I'm telling it? I'm going in and it's getting bigger, and then I'm going out. Whoa. I'm not crazy. Okay, we're gonna bring this down. I was trying to resize it so it was taller, but it's just, let me unlock it here. There we go. That was going wonky for a second. I was trying to make it bigger. It was going smaller. I'm like, what is happening? Okay, we're all good. But you could, this is going to be one piece. I like these because they're cursive, but it's like one continuous piece, which is going to be little to glue. You could, if you wanted, do that in iron-on vinyl, or you could take it and make it a print and cut if you want. But I like that this one has a couple there with the Always and Forever, and then this one is like the same font and everything and matches. But, so that is design there. Now I have to find some pretty paper to put. And I always think floral for weddings. Ooh, the grass pollen. We have cotton. Do you guys have cottonwood by you? We have cottonwood trees, and it was on the news. The neighborhood next to us, we went in, and the whole yard was cut. Like, it looked like it snowed. It was insane. And it was actually on the news because the parks, it just looked like it was snowing outside. Literally, the grass is covered in white, and it's just all from the cottonwood trees. Luckily, I don't have allergies, so that doesn't bother me, but I can imagine. Yes, Gloria, exactly. Report another issue. Yep. And lots of times people think, oh, they probably know about it, but you could be the first one discovering that issue. So make sure you go ahead and report it. But let me go ahead and save this again. Oh my gosh, that is like exactly an hour. So we have our card all finished now. And then gotta find the paper I want for it and figure out what color patterns I'm going with for that. Yeah, right? Lisa's by me. She knows the cottonwood is like crazy right now. I know, I said if I was neighborhood over, I couldn't even like open my windows or door. I'll leave the back door cracked if it's nice for Luce to go in and out and stuff, but not with those cottonwood trees blowing everywhere. Yeah, I didn't know if there's cottonwood trees everywhere, if it's more in this like Midwest or what. But that is our finished accordion card with art cutout. So, and if you guys, anybody's came in here, wasn't here this morning, we have to say happy birthday to Jamie. Jamie is our admin and it's her birthday. I hope your dinner goes well, Jamie. I feel like you have the best kids, man. That's awesome. I don't know that my kid would attempt to. He'd probably be like, if you want to eat dinner, Mom, you're not going to have me make it. Legit. It's a joke with Con. He just tried to remake a recipe one time, and I can't remember what he was making. Oh, I can almost remember. Because, I know what he was making. Connor, the movie Good Burger, which was when my kids were growing up, we loved Good Burger. He wanted to make Ed's special sauce from Good Burger. And I go in the kitchen and he's, everything that was supposed to be a teaspoon, he did like a tablespoon. But everything was so messed up, we laughed so hard. We just call it special Ed sauce now. Because... And I'm like, Con, you are a very intelligent man. It is simple step-by-step instructions, man. So it's a joke to him. But he is learning a little more. He is coming along there. I'm like, Con, you're going to have to be able to feed yourself when I don't cook for you. Thank you, guys. Yes, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Jamie, I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Spend time with your kids. That alone is great. I know my daughter and son were both here last night, and we got to spend time. It's like, this is the best family time. They're both, with us. So, but I will go ahead and put this card together on Tuesday night. That'll be 8 p.m. Eastern. So I hope you guys join us there, and everybody have a good weekend. Oh, and if you haven't entered our giveaway, we are giving away the new Explore 4 to somebody in our Cricut Design Space Facebook group. This is just a Melody Lane Cricut giveaway. So make sure you enter, guys, because you can enter up to 5 times a day. So I will see you guys, and I don't have the link right now, but it is, if you go to our Cricut Design Space Facebook group, it is in the featured. And we have our June crafting challenge going on also. So thank you, guys. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. And happy birthday again, Jamie. I would sing, but I don't think we want that right now, and my voice is going as I talk. My voice is running out. So we will see you guys Tuesday. Bye, guys.